my beautiful lovelies, it's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today I'm going to be tasting a selection of frozen foods that I picked up at H Mart, the Korean grocery store, and I was super intrigued because these are frozen food items I've never seen before, never tasted before, and they all look delicious. So let's go ahead and get started. So the whole reason why I wanted to do this taste test is because I saw this product in the frozen food aisle. And this marvelous thing is a corn dog. Well, it looks like a corn dog in shape. It's got a hot dog, it's got mozzarella cheese, and then it's coated with a layer of chopped up French fries. Potato, cheese, hot dog on a stick. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And you can make this yourself at home. I'll put a link down below to a recipe I made a few years ago on how to do this at home, but you don't need to now because now you can buy this product. This was $10. Although this does look like a hot dog, it says on here that it's actually fish sausage, mozzarella cheese, and potato hot dog. Now you can microwave this or you can air fry it, or I'm sure you could deep fry this as well. I think I'm gonna opt for the air fryer route because this is supposed to be crispy and it's gonna get crisper in the air fryer. Here's what it looks like. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And along with that, I also got this. This was right next to it in the frozen food section. This is called the Crispy Crunch Hot Dog. This looks like a corn dog because there's a hot dog on a stick, but it looks like it's coated in soft bread and then a panko breadcrumb crispy outside on the outside. Yeah, see? That looks gorgeous. And this too is made by Lotte Foods, K Chef Food, and this too can be air fried or microwaved. I'm gonna go for the air fryer. So these are gonna be cooked for the same amount of time, about 13 minutes at 180 degrees C or about 350 Fahrenheit. So there are the cooking directions. And it says a crispy crunch hot dog is a crispy flake, savory flavor, soft hot dog bread, enjoyable fishery franks, elaborated handmade dogs. That's funny. Fishery frank. So maybe this too is going to be a fish cake. So let's see what's inside. The packaging, I have to say, is very nice, and it very conveniently tells me how to open it like this. Although I don't know if I can open it that way. I shouldn't have commented on the loveliness of that. So we'll open this up. Oh my goodness! Look! They're individually wrapped. That's so great. So this comes with 5. These is great. So I can just put these back into my freezer individually, saves space, and so convenient. I love that. By the way, both of these cost $9.99. I will actually put a little blip, blip, blip there so you can know how much everything costs. So let's see. Yes, indeed. Dun, 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 dun. Individually wrapped as well. Very nice packaging. This looks like something you might pick up at a convenience store, the way it's individually packaged. It even has its individual nutrition label on there. It's not just like a clear plastic bag. Somehow that makes it feel more special. So both of these are going to be cooked for about 13 minutes, it says, 12 minutes, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So my air fryer requires preheating, yours may not. So there we go. Let's see what they look like inside. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. So as you can see, it's composed of chopped up French fried pieces embedded in batter. Isn't that great? It almost looks like candy, but it's frozen. This one, oh, looks like a perfect breaded corn dog. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. So right off the bat, I really like the sturdy stick they give you to hold on to so that your hot dog doesn't come off the stick. Great! I cannot wait to taste these. So I'm gonna wait till this comes up to temp. Perfect. Open up the air fryer, place it into the basket. just like that. And place it back in. Okay, we'll come back in 13 minutes and give these a taste. So the next item I have is this, and this is frozen tteokbokki, and these are little chewy rice cakes in a nice spicy red sauce, and it comes in this great box. And this they describe as frozen wheat cake flour cake with sauce, black pepper. There it is. It comes in a container like that. So let's see what's inside of this. Peel this back. Oh. Great. And it comes with this sauce and your rice cakes. Beautiful. 3 things. In here, we're going to add our rice cakes. There are rice cakes, lots of them. Like that. And then we're going to cover them with cold water. I discovered that my little plastic bin has a hole in it, so I'm just going to soak them in a bowl for about 5 to 10 minutes, just so they soften and separate. So next, in a saucepan, a nice large one, I'm going to add 300 milliliters of water. That's about 2 1/3 cups of water. And then I'm just going to add my sauce, my tteokbokki sauce, to that. And since the package is so thin, it's already starting to thaw. So the sauce is already cooked. We're just going to cook this for about 5 minutes until it thickens up a bit. And then we add our rice cakes and our fish cakes. Super easy. I have to admit, when I think of frozen foods, I just think of something that you stick into the microwave. Don't usually add a pot to the equation at all. But if this makes pretty much instant tteokbokki, I'm on board. All right, so we're just gonna bring that up to a simmer. Our hot dogs, meanwhile, are nearly there. We have 1 more minute left. And I'm gonna go get some mustard. Be right back. Alrighty, so the hot dogs have just completed cooking. And they look wonderful. Look at them. Okay, let me show you what they look like on the plate. Oh, I can already hear how crispy they are. So based on street food videos that I've watched, which I've watched a lot of because I love them so very much, these are often served with a generous dusting of sugar. I know. Don't knock it till you try it. Seriously. Sugar, ketchup, and mustard. I'll put more sugar after it. Yep, like that. And of course, ketchup. Oh, yep. All right, now I'm gonna dust it with an extra coating of sugar. I know, it sounds wild, this idea of putting sugar on it, but trust me, so worth it. Finally, let's give these a taste. The first one I'm gonna try is the corn dog version. The one that's just the crispy on the outside with bread and ketchup, mustard. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Look at that. That's so good. Did you hear that crispy crunch? Crispy, crunchy on the outside, but inside, the breading is completely different than what you might think of when you have a fair corn dog, for example. It's like bread. It's fluffy. It's like white bread. It's fluffy on the outside, but yet crispy on the very outside. Hot dog in the middle is delicious, soft, juicy. Stinking delicious. You've got those very familiar combination of ketchup and mustard with that hot dog, crispy exterior, but the crust is a little bit different. I love it. Coating of breading is similar to what you would find on mozzarella sticks, very crisp, but then you've got a fluffy bread layer beneath that with that slightly sweet, So, so good. The hot dog is different though. Now that I tasted it alone, it's slightly fishy. It's delicious. It's more like a fish cake, but it has a hot dog texture. Fantastic. Love it. And if you've never had a corn dog or a Korean style corn dog with sugar on it, highly recommend it. So good. Alrighty. Now let's taste the potato or the French fried encrusted one with cheese. Here we go. I mean, if you're not sold by that, I don't know. Fantastic. Very crunchy on the outside. Again, you've got very crunchy, as you heard, on the outside, but again, you've got this really nice, fluffy white bread layer beneath the outside of the crunch of the potatoes and the crunch of the deep fried corn dog. And then you've got this wonderful cheesy pull. The cheese is mozzarella, so it's pretty light. It doesn't have that much flavor. It tastes kind of milky, but it has a fantastic pull. Let's keep going. I'm gonna cut this down because I'm gonna taste some other things. And let's get to the meaty portion, which is down below, I believe. So that's gonna be half, yes, okay. So that's half, so it's half mozzarella and half fish hot dog. So let's try this hot dog portion next. Here we go. Fantastic as well. So we have the same hot dog as we had in the first one. Delicious, same kind of bready coating, but what's different about this one is it's got little fried potato chunks on the outside. Super crispy, crispier than a French fry, but has that fried French fry flavor to it. Surprisingly, I thought I would like the potato version more than the kind of original plainer hot dog corn dog version, but I think I like the corn dog version more. I mean, the cheese pull of this one was fantastic, the potato one, but there's just something so pleasing about the simplicity of this basic corn dog, which isn't really basic at all. It's so, so good and quite different than any corn dog I think you've ever had, but familiar enough that it's just like, yeah, Now we're continuing with our tteokbokki. Gonna bring our sauce to a boil and simmer it. Now we are going to add the fish cake. Just sliced it up and add it to my sauce. Simmer away. And then we're going to add the drained soaked rice cakes. And then we just boil this and allow it to simmer and cook until the rice cakes are completely cooked and heated through and nice and tender. Then we'll give it a taste. While that's simmering, take a look at this. I found this in the frozen food section. Bag of garlic croissants. Yes, yes, yes. These two can be cooked in the air fryer or in the oven. 180 degrees C oven or 350 degree F for about 4 or 5 minutes until warmed through. Okay, simple. Oh my gosh. These, unlike the hot dogs, are not individually wrapped. Look, you've just got a bunch of very buttery croissants. So let me get a pan. Pan here, and we'll line it with some parchment. These look so good. They smell great too. They smell like the garlic butter that you get when you go to the supermarket and you go to the bakery, and for a couple dollars you can get a great big loaf slathered in garlic infused margarine. Yeah, that's what this smells like. Okay, I'm not even gonna touch them because they look pretty oily. So let's just pop a few of these out. Look how delectable that looks already. And these were $5.99. Okay, once my oven is warmed up, we'll pop those in. Let's check on the rice cakes. Oh my gosh. Yes, everything is boiled up. Oh, the rice cakes have softened and absorbed the sauce. Okay, we're nearly there. Our rice cakes are done. Let's give them a taste. Oh man. So this probably came together in about 15 minutes. A little bit of cooking involved. So these are so glossy and shiny. Yeah. I love rice cakes in all forms, sweet and salty. Has such a marvelous texture. Look at that. Alrighty, let's give one of these a taste. So cute. Alrighty, here we go. Itadakimasu. Ooh, spice is making me cough a little bit. Oh, before we taste, let's pop these in the oven. Alrighty, let's give this a taste. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Such a great texture. Squishy, yet bouncy and chewy without being rubbery. It's a very soft bounce. Love it. Now let's try it with some fish cake along with the rice cake together. The fish cake is well seasoned. Taste of the sea. It's got a bouncy texture to it as well, and it enhances the kind of briny flavors in the sauce as well. The sauce is slightly sweet, definitely spicy, not overly so, just enough to make your tongue feel warm. And there's a little bit of seafood, briny, oceany flavors in there. A little bit smoky, but for me, it's really about the texture of the rice cakes, which are wonderfully bouncy, slightly stretchy. So great. If you've ever had a mochi before, it's kind of similar to that. Okay, these first of all are very cute. I love their kind of diminutive size. Adorable. And it smells so stinking great. Garlicky, buttery. Let's see what this is like. Oh yeah. You know, just your, yep. Here we go. These are unlike any croissant I've ever had before, because these are Korean butter croissants. And so very similar to the Korean garlic bread I made. I'll put a link down below to that video where I made dough balls, bread rolls, cut them into wedges, and then drenched them in this beautiful butter garlic sauce that had sugar in it. This is similar in that fact. This has some sugar in it, so it's sweet and garlicky. This is so good. And these croissants, since they're kind of doused in this buttery stuff, aren't crispy. They're just stretchy inside and just full of this garlic buttery sweetness. And a little bit crunchy. Very thin kind of crust. Dangerously good. We're going to get our air fryer once again and heat it up to temperature. This time we're only going to use it for 5 minutes and let that get going. Because now we're going to try yet another fried thing, and it's this. And this is made by Sam Lip, and these are crispy cheese balls. I looks gorgeous, right? That's why I got them. And these we only need to air fry for about 4 minutes. Let's see what they look like. These come in a resealable bag. They are adorable. Look at them. They're so stinking cute. We use this plate. Are you seeing? Look at this. They're so poofy and perfectly round. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Each bag contains 10 of these cheese bowls. Look how perfect and cute they are. I mean, that's not perfect, that one, but it's still so adorable. And they're not even cooked yet. So once this comes up to temp, I'm gonna pop them in and then cook them for 4 minutes, and we'll be back and give them a taste. 30 seconds until these little puffers are done. And based on how they looked when I was checking on them, when I had to turn them, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. 2, 1. I am so impressed with how these puffed up so beautifully. They're so stinking cute. poofed balls of perfection. So great. So these are mozzarella balls. Alrighty, here we go. Itadakimasu. Hope I don't burn myself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even though they're fully cooked and heated all the way through, there's not that great big cheese ball that I thought I'd find. Instead, there's a chew to it and a soft kind of creaminess, but also a sweetness. These are significantly sweeter than I expected them to be. Having said that, they're pretty delicious. The outside is crispy. There's a panko breadcrumb on the outside, but the outside coating also has a nice pleasant chew to it, kind of like a rice cake mochi chew to it. And the inside is very hot and lava-like, not necessarily stretchy, more kind of creamy and significantly sweet. Pretty tasty snack. Also because I just had something that was super flavorful, those garlic rolls. These taste less complex and not necessarily flavorless, but not as impactful in terms of a flavor, but still quite delicious and so stinking cute. I mean, you can't beat the cuteness of that. All right, let me see if I can show you what they look like on the inside. Here we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, okay. This one had more of a cheese pull, maybe because it's a little bit cooler. But still, almost kind of more saucy with a little bit of elasticity to it, if that makes any sense. Okay. Let the cheese balls cool just for a few minutes before you eat them. Then the crust on the outside gets crunchier. Did you hear that? Okay. I got you now. Alrighty, my lovelies, there you have it. Those were my surprise finds at the Korean market, Korean frozen food section, and I was delighted by everything I tasted. Everything was fan-stinkin-tastic. I'll put links down below to all of the products I tried, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. I love hearing from you. Like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Now I need to find a fizzy water and share these with my kids.